Hello, I'm Gordon. If you want to see more content, behind the scenes, and lots of other things, follow us on Twitter. Express coming through!
Hello, I'm Matt, and welcome to Modification Station.
Hello everybody, Mash Productions 2016 back again, and today we've got this. Now, if you guys don't know what this is the Superstation roundhouse thing, which I did a lot of modifications on. This is actually going to be Vicarstown sheds in my series, so you're going to see a lot of mainland engines coming and going into these spots. So yeah, this is going to be Vicarstown sheds in my Thomas series. So this is the Superstation sheds that I repainted. I didn't repaint it, I gave it a little bit of weathering, and I gave the turntable a repaint and a little operation house right here. As you can see, the little operation house spinning around there on the turntable. Right, now let's turn it around and let's see the other side. Okay, you're probably wondering what side is this? Well, this is the inside of the roundhouse, the sheds, so you're looking from an engine's perspective. But we're going to go into a closer look. Right, as you guys can see, there have been a lot of minor little details painted, fixed up, and all that. It did all painted all the little minor details. Silver, it's like wheels and stuff there. Very amazing how much I can detail. And this took about a couple days to detail. A lot of work went into this, of detailing this shed piece. There's still a little bit to do, but it looks pretty good nonetheless. So yeah, you get a lot of miniature details, and I like this. I love these little details like this. I love the molded in details. It makes it look a little bit more railway-esque, you know. Engines would come into Vicarstown sheds. It's not Vicarstown sheds, it's supposed to be Tidmouth sheds, but I'm going to use it Vicarstown sheds in my series. So, you know, engines can come in to Vicarstown sheds, get some parts if they need to be repaired, and get back onto their way. Aside from the details on the inside, I added some little details of my own to the shed. A scrap Hank carbon firebox, a wheel back there, a gear for some, you know, for some comic effect. Painted some details on the turntable, as you can see. Added that shed there to give it a little bit more practicality and realism. And you can see that there, back there. See some painted details there, some shovels painted. You can see the weathering, you know, from the soot, you know, from the engines puffing in and out of the shed. The soot detail on there is magnificent. And added a little bit more black weathering to give it a little bit more, you know, it's not a new shed. It's, you know, it's been in use for several years and all that. So, I will be right back. We're going to move this out of the way and we're going to get into the nitty-gritty of the modification station. Right, let's move this out of the way. Okay, now we're getting ready to bring in another engine, and Paxton, what are you doing on the rails? Oh dear. Oh my. That track has seen some better days. I think we need the rail gang. Sir Topham, you might want to call Winston over. You might want to come and look at this. I think we need the rail gang over here to repair this track. So yeah, this here is my custom bumpy track that I made. Has holes in it. I drilled some holes in there in various spots to make the train cars and the engines bump and bounce along, as you saw in the little clip there. I did it on both sides, on both brands. There's the old track there and the new Trackmaster track, and it kind of gives a good little effect to the railway, like what was that, you know. So you can make your own bumpy track with any degree. You can have a whole bunch of holes, or you can have very little holes, and it kind of gives a good effect, you know, when the trains are going along and they bump and jump all over the place. So yeah, kind of cool, kind of a good little, kind of fun little track plan you can do. So yeah, there's me custom bumpy track. And now let's get into the main course of the pack here. Trackmaster Modified Side Rod Murdoch Type 2 or Part 2 Mark 2, I don't know really. Okay, so we've got Murdoch with his moving side rods on Modification Station for the second time. One, because I added an extension here that gives it a little bit more realism, and two, I kind of fixed the rods a little bit. I'm going to explain how to make these rods, but it's a very, very difficult task. If you don't want to do it, you know, I understand, but if you do want to do it, just remember that I'm not responsible if you damage your Murdoch. I'm just, you know, a guy that likes to modify the trains to give it a little bit more realism. So if you guys want to try this, you can. I do not recommend it at all, because this took time, and yeah, this took a lot of time to do and a lot of experimenting, and it may not be exactly perfect, but you know, yeah. Alright, so let's get into the technical basis for doing this modification. If you don't want to do it, you can skip ahead to the run. But if you do want to do this, you know, and I'm not going to go into it and redo it. I'm just going to give you a brief little, you know, thing of doing it. Okay, so what you want to do is you want to take your Trackmaster 2 rods and Trackmaster 1 rods. Now the Trackmaster 1 rods will be used for the back section of the wheels. What you want to do is you want to take your small Trackmaster 1 side rod and cut it to about maybe here, and then you want to take your Trackmaster 2 rod, which is longer and all that, and you want to try to measure it out, you know, of the wheelbase. You don't want to make it too long, you don't want to make it too short, otherwise it'll catch when it's going around, and you want to try to make it perfect. Another thing is you want to Dremel these apart. You want to make sure these are kind of longer. That way, if you do make a mistake, you can remedy it fast. Okay, so yeah, then what you want to do is you want to super glue a piston here, not piston, a connector here to make sure it goes around, and it may take a couple tries to get it perfect, you know, but you know, that's the fun of it, you know, experimenting and working with it and all that. And you definitely want to add a whole bunch of weight, as you saw in the first part of the modification station for this. You definitely want to add a lot of weight up in here, up in this region of the engine, to make sure it grips onto the track and stays onto the rails. So that's the gist of it, you know. I mean, if you want to do this, you can. If you don't, you know, you don't have to. But you know, me, I'm a modeler. You know, I like to experiment, and this is just one of my experimentations. You know, if someone can perfect on it, you know, that'd be kind of cool to see. Somebody taking my basis of this and improving it as much as possible. So we're gonna get ready to run some trains around, and we'll be back. So let's get ready to give Murdoch a run on the rails. Here we go. I don't know what that was. Way down there. Thank you guys for watching this video on Modified Murdoch with upgraded moving side rods, the Trackmaster custom bumpy track and the Vicarstown station, which is not going to be featured in the outro here. Thank you guys for watching. Leave a like, leave a comment and tell me what you guys think of the Trackmaster Modified Murdoch Mark II, Trackmaster custom bumpy track and the Vicarstown roundhouse down in the comment section. Thanks for watching. Leave a like, leave a comment and subscribe.
Hello, I'm Toby, and if you want to be notified for new upcoming videos, jingle the bell down by the subscribe button below. Thank you for watching, and I can't wait to see you again soon.